What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC, USD. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 12th day. Yes, the 12th day of August. Here we are, 23 hours, 47 minutes in this, a brand new day. 118.7K is the price, and we've done exactly what we've done every damn Monday, which is we pumped up and then we pumped down, or maybe sometimes we don't even pump up, we just move down. But crazy volatility, man. Crazy volatility. Longs wrecked, shorts wrecked. Like nobody's safe. Nobody's safe at all. And actually, if you're looking at the Bitcoin liquidation levels over the last 30 days, something that I've noticed is that both of these have come down. Overall, you've got $11 billion here, right? At one point, there was like 20 something $billion here. It was literally more than double this. Shorts right now are at $7.5 billion. Literally 2 days ago, it was at 17, $18 billion, right? We knocked off a lot, and we really haven't gone anywhere. We're at the same area here in price where we were when we had like an overall like 30 to $40 billion both ways, right? We haven't gone anywhere in price, but we've knocked out a lot of leveraged positions. So this kind of shakeout behavior, it's good, it's healthy, right? And as I was saying, we typically don't expand in price. We don't actually continue to grow to that next level until the market's cooled off, until that open interest comes down a little bit, and we're not full of leveraged positions in the markets. Leveraged positions. The reason why, like you think about it, I mean, there's a whole line of rabbit holes we could go down, but I think the most simple and honest, genuine way to think about leverage positions and why they hold the price back from making huge moves, or maybe they push the price through it if it's going the opposite direction. Um, is that if you have a bunch of longs and the price is moving up, people are going to take profits from those longs, which means that there's going to be more selling pressure. When you take profits on longs, there's selling pressure. Just like a short squeeze, when you take losses on shorts, that's buying pressure, right? So, or even when you take profits on shorts, that's buying pressure. So either direction, right? You're not going to move down too much if you have people who are highly leveraged and they actually know what they're doing and they take profits, because the further away that it goes, the more likely they are to take profits, the more likely it is to impede the price from moving its direction that it wants to go. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just kind of how I think of it personally. Massive day, massive bearish day there. It's scary. It's very scary, but I'm not really that worried about it, guys. I'm sure there's a lot of people. Oh my God, I bet there are all kinds of people. I wonder right now. Double top. Let's just go. Let's look for it. Okay, ready? Let's figure it out. Hold on. Bitcoin double top. We're gonna look it up. We're just going to see what we come up with. We're going to go latest. Okay. Let's see here. Definitely looking like a bearish close with a double shooting star top. Looking to go back to 112K for. You know what, though, Ian Reynolds? I don't disagree that it's bearish looking. I just don't think we're going all the way back to 112K, man. I don't think so. I think the most likely, and the thing, probably retrospectively or prospectively, in hindsight, once it happens, I think it'll be very obvious that 116K is the area that we're going to find support at, actually. The prior areas that we had found support at before we broke down, right? Personally, I think that's where we're going to go, but I could be wrong. Maybe this guy's right. Maybe both of us are wrong, and it just rips from here. But Ian Reynolds, he's got the other latest. He's on it, you guys. Let's see, Grok. Does Grok do this for us? That's great. By the way, Grok is not a good TA. No offense. He's way off. No, this is not a double top bear signal. Bitcoin might just fill this. Yeah, okay, well, good. At least somebody's got their head in the right place. Bitcoin double top confirmed. Yeah, it's confirmed. It looks like it, but I wouldn't say confirmed. Get out while you can. Oh, man. Bull Run 2025 all season is canceled and over. Oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Probably not. Coin, definitely trust the accounts that don't have check marks. Don't even trust the accounts that have check marks. Bitcoin live stream double top. It's kind of at this point, if you have an X account, you need a check mark, man. Nobody's gonna take you seriously without one, and nobody knows if you're a scammer or not. You kind of need one. It's just it's a necessity, unfortunately, or fortunately. I think there's good from it. And you're giving money to one of the most philanthropic humans alive, or at least his organization. Bitcoin live stream double top. Okay, no, wait, I don't know. Who's this guy? Shout out to Crypto Trading DE. I don't know. How many followers does he have? He has less followers than me. Shout out to you, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'll check out his video. He looks like he has pretty eyes. Anyways, Der Crypto Berliner. Der Crypto Berliner. I don't know if I pronounced that properly. I don't read German, but it looks like he's saying it's a double top. I'm going to stop doing this, okay? Is in. That's it. Yeah, I don't know if it's in. I think that it has that look, right? Again, we were talking about this the other day. How many of these double tops have we had, right? People were calling this a double top. People were calling this a double top, right? People were calling this a double top right here. People were calling this a double top, and every single time they were like, "Oh, that's the end of the bull cycle. We're done, surely now." People were calling this some kind of double top at one point, right? I mean, we're not we're not in double top territory, you guys. At least not at this point. It's too early to confirm it, right? I know it has that look, but again, confirmation is necessary. And unfortunately, to confirm this, what drives a lot of people crazy, and people are impatient whenever they start to call this a double top already. And I do agree that it's a bearish look, but I don't agree that it means we have to go absurdly lower. Wouldn't it be funny if today we actually blasted through to new all-time highs? Bitcoin is such a tricky beast whenever it comes to that, you guys. Right? Like you had a very bullish candle here and you went lower. You had a very bullish candle here and you still went lower. To confirm this as a double top, technically, like from the textbook, you need to get below this low. Like until then, and if you don't like that, if that's too far away for you, I mean that's literally what confirmation would be for this to be a double top. If we get understand you guys, if we close a day below 112.5k, then the people who are saying bull market over, they actually might have a leg to stand on. We're not going to go down there. That's not happening. We could go down there, but we're not going to close a day below there. I don't think we get below 116k. But if you don't like that, if that's too far away, maybe then this daily low close here or this daily low close here. At this point, if you start closing days, I would say below 116.4k, maybe you've got some kind of grounds to consider this as a double top. Until then, it's just a bearish candle. It's a bearish candle, and bearish candles can promote bearish repercussions. Okay, but not a double top. Not yet, right? So far, double tops are 0 for like 5 in this crypto bull market. Okay, we are still very much in the bull market, you guys. A lot of volume though, a lot of volatility. Let's get on with our bad selves and let's actually do some stuff. Okay, I focus so much on that double top thing because I'm sure everybody's going to talk about it. But here we are in the very beginning minutes, beginning hours of the day. So let's be some of the first to talk about it. Hopefully, 1 hour RSI. You are getting lower lows in the RSI. You broke out of your uptrend. You had a nice uptrend, didn't you? Oh, I did not, man. That really botched that line there. Let's do this. We take that. You've got higher lows throughout here. You've got higher highs coming back. You had a very nice uptrend. You've broken out of that recently. You broke out of that over the last like 12 hours. So yeah, you probably moved down a little bit lower. Get into that oversold zone. Lower lows on the RSI. Higher lows in the price. It's not a bad thing. You know what I will say is that we've got from here, from a high to the low, you've got one phase of this move done, and then you corrected within the correction. You moved up here. You've basically made the same exact movement down that you did before, and this is typical of a correction. So it's possible we don't even go to 116k. We just go slightly below 118k, and that's a wrap. We don't go any lower than that, and then we start to move up again. But I am under the impression that we do go lower, probably down below 117k. If we're looking at this on a 30-day period on the Bitcoin exchange liquidation map, there's a group of longs that get cleared out here at about 117.3k. We could go down a little bit below 116k, but I don't know if we clear out all those longs. The shorts would pile up for sure if we started to do that. Whatever it takes to pile up some more shorts is what I think is going to happen, right? The 30-day time frame, the longs are dominating. The 7-day time frame, the longs are dominating. We got to clear out some longs, you guys. Clear out some positions, and at least I think we would move down to about 117.3, 117.2k. To clear out those longs. If not, maybe we do in fact move down. I mean, maybe I'm wrong with 116k. Maybe we move down to 115k. Let's see if we can make sense out of that. Remember these numbers, right? 117.2, 0.5, 115k, or at least around there. 1 day time frame, 116.4k. That's why I like that just above 116k area, right? A lot of shorts piled on in the past 24 hours, guys. 4.6 billion in the past 24 hours. So 16.5, 17.2, 15k itself. 1 hour indicators. The MACD looks like it wants to cross the zero. Bearish. Stochastics coming up. A little bit bullish, but sometimes in a bearish environment you'll come up and then you'll come back down, or you'll go up to your 50 even and then you'll come back down. So, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I wouldn't want to short this thing here. We're certainly closer to breaking out to new all-time highs than we are to going like to lower lows. But we're kind of in a limbo zone. I wouldn't be surprised if what we saw was some kind of recovery. Move up to about 100, we're at 119K already, man. 119.5, 119.6, maybe you go all the way up to 120K. We get like a standard retracement based off this high to low here. The highest that I'd give you is probably exactly that, like 120 to 121K, something like that, if not lower. And then we move down later today. That'd be my expectation. 4-hour time frame here. I feel like there was something else I was going to do, and I can't remember now. I got sidetracked. It's like I said I was going to do it, now I can't remember what it was. Anyways, 4-hour time frame. You're at an area where you'd expect to bounce. So if this 4-hour closes green, that's actually a really good look bouncing off the 50. And this RSI overall looks very strong. Same thing with the stochastics. It'd be a good, I mean, you bounced here last time. Wouldn't be a bad thing if you bounced here. MACD started to cross down. That doesn't mean much though, right? I mean, you cross down here, and this MACD is absurdly bullish overall, so I'm not going to weigh on that too much, especially because it's the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, you're set up. The only thing I would say that makes me hesitant to expect a significant bounce here is the fact that you had an uptrend. I can't draw a straight line. You had an uptrend in your RSI, and you've broken below it. So maybe you bounce a little bit, but then you do that classic thing that you do, which is you reject the overbought zone, and then you continue on your path lower through the rest of this week. Wouldn't that be interesting if the rest of this week was a little bit of a consolidation phase? I wouldn't be too surprised. Move up a little bit higher, get that like double top in within the double top, right? That would be a double top, but relative to the 4-hour, that's not that significant. Daily time frame here. Back at it, man. Oh, I didn't mean to pull that up. I don't know if you guys could see that, but it was like the news section of my computer, the weather and all that stuff. The daily MACD looks great. I love the daily MACD looks phenomenal. Stochastics also look great, and the RSI overall it looks great too. But you're at a point where you could find a little turbulence here. You could be finding turbulence on the stochastics too. MACD looks great. I think that the days and the weeks ahead are generally going to be bullish. Absolutely. I don't think that we spend too much time consolidating between now and then. Today really could be, we could move down to about 117.5K, 116.4, 115K itself. We could move down to any of those target areas, right, that we've outlined by the liquidation levels, and then move up tomorrow. Wednesdays have been bullish days generally throughout this cycle, and even Thursdays, Fridays too. Or we could consolidate between now and the end of this week, and then next week is the week that we actually start to rip and run. But either way, tomato, tomato, whatever. High to low. We've been moving sideways throughout this range. What's 4 or 5 more days more sideways, or 6 days more, I guess, if we're doing this whole week. Oh, a lot of people last week caught on to the fact that Sundays are pump days and Mondays are dump days. This week, even more people have caught on to that. So I'm expecting a little bit of a switcheroo, right? One of two things is going to happen, and this will probably reiterate this as we get to Sunday. But either Sunday won't pump, and we'll dump on Sunday, and then Monday will pump. It'll be a total opposite. Or Sunday will pump, and then we won't get a Monday dump. We'll actually pump on Monday as well, and we won't get these Monday sell-offs. And then just throw everybody off, right? Because throw off the traders that think they know what they're doing. They're just trading based off that. As soon as a trend starts to catch on, that's whenever things tend to get shaken up a little bit. But high to low here, retracement 886. Typically with this kind of just nonstop movement through the golden ratio, you would expect to pull back at least to the 0.5. But typically with the 886, you would go to the 382. So 117.4, look, that number came up. 116.1, look at those. Those numbers sound familiar, right? Liquidation levels. Don't use this as a single form of analysis. Use this in culmination to see if it makes sense. We're making sense out of it, I think. So those areas there are making sense. Let's take a relative high to low and see if we can make sense out of it as well. Or sorry, low to high. That was the high to low. Low to high here. Let's look at this on the 4-hour because it's more relevant. Low to high here. You hit your 382. It's not completely uncalled for to go up to your 236 and find resistance at about $119.8 thousand right there, and then come down. I wouldn't be thrown off by that at all. Don't count on it, but if we get up, understand guys, if we move up to about 120K, don't get too excited. Okay. But likely we'd continue down at least to the 0.5, which is 117K, pretty close to one of those target areas. And if not there, to the golden ratio, which is anything from about 115,000 to 115.7 thousand. Yeah. I would be very surprised if we went below $115,000 ever again, you guys. I know earlier today I was saying I don't think we go below 116K, but I'm a little more open to the idea that we do go below 116K. But anything between 115 to 117 and a half, that's my perspective at the moment. That's where I think we're ultimately going to go. I don't think it's going to be a straight line. I would not be surprised at all if to start this day, it's a brand new day, if we came up to about 119.8 thousand and then we tanked, right? And we could go even higher than that. We could go above the 236. Maybe we go all the way up to the 069 at 121.5K or 121K itself. There are reasons, after all, to go up that high. We've got plenty of short positions to clear, but I think we go lower first, pile on some more shorts. I mean, we might go higher first, clear out some shorts, but then go lower inevitably before really taking out that high and proceeding higher. That's my thoughts. I think if we take out this high at all, we're just going, man. We're going. So I got nothing else, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves, all right? Let's look at the weekly time frame, actually. I'm going to look at the weekly real quick. I got to admit, at least we're in a bullish posturing. The fact that we got in and out and then in and out, I don't normally like that on the weekly RSI for Bitcoin, but you're holding up. You're doing all right. So that's nice to see. I'm glad last week closed green. I really am. This is something we should have addressed in my most recent video, but I forgot to. Right now, that's a very scary look on the weekly time frame. I wouldn't be surprised at all if by the end of this week, maybe we came down a little bit more and then came back up and closed neutral. I don't think that we'll be closing with a solid body up, but the only way to kind of take this without closing higher than we are now, or too much higher than we are now, without getting a crazy higher price. It could be the highest weekly close that we've ever had. We could close, somewhere up here, but without like engulfing this wick completely, the only way to make it not look bearish would be to come down and then come back up, right? Then it's kind of neutral. And then we rally. Then we rip. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.